Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Tom from Plain White Tees over here with Consequence of Sound, about to do a homeschool guitar lesson. This is super cool. They asked me to do this the other day, and it seems pretty awesome because everybody's just kind of doing the homeschool thing right now. Anyway, my son's over there. He's bummed that we got to do some math today, but you got to do what you got to do. This will be way cooler though. This will be learning guitar, learning how to play Hey There Delilah, which is pretty cool. A lot of people through the years have told me that that's the first song we ever learned how to play on guitar. So pretty awesome to have a song that means that much to people. So yeah. Hello everybody tuning in. What is up? So I know this is supposed to be somewhat quick and short, about 20 minutes to a half hour. So having my morning coffee, just took a nice shower. Boy, you guys should have seen me a half hour ago. Had a nasty beard, all dirty. These live events give me a reason to shower, and I haven't done one in a few days, just so you know. So that was pretty nasty a little while ago. Cool, so I've got this Plain White Tees guitar. This Plain White Tees guitar, custom made by Taylor Guitars, which is like my prized possession musical gear wise. It's so badass that they made this for me. Put Plain White Tees on the inlay and everything, and it sounds amazing. I've been playing this guitar live and in the studio for over 10 years now. But for this live guitar lesson, I wanted to use this $100 guitar. It's a Hondo, which I don't even know what that is. My grandma actually got this guitar for me to sign for some like charity raffle auction thing. And I started playing it before I signed it, and I was like, no way, this guitar rules. And so for like the past, 8 years or so, this has been my go-to guitar for writing and for being creative. It just feels so good. So I just wanted to make that point that you don't need some, fancy, expensive, really nice guitar to be able to learn and to be able to play and to be able to, be creative, basically. All you need is just a tool, that feels good to you, and you'll be fine. Okay, cool. So I'm going to jump right into it. So Hey There Delilah, basically was kind of just messing around trying to play. I think I was trying to play a Red Hot Chili Pepper song or something, and I just stumbled upon this little thing, this progression, right? And I was like, ooh, that's interesting. That's cool. I haven't really heard that before. And so I just started playing it in this rhythm, and I was like, ooh, that feels really good. And so I had that guitar part laying around before I ever, I think even before I met Delilah. And once I met her and was like, oh my God, I got to write a song about this girl, it was like, ooh, I had that one little guitar part that was really nice. Maybe I should use that to write Hey There Delilah. And so basically what it is, it's a D chord. I hope everybody knows, if you're watching and kind of can play guitar, you know what a D chord is. But what I do is I kind of play it with these, my first two fingers, because then I use my other finger. I'm not a very good guitar player. Let's put that right out there now. I'm kind of like fumble my way through. I know chords and I can play just well enough to be able to write, which is really, I think, my strong point is to be able to write songs. So for a while, I couldn't even play Hey There Delilah and sing it at the same time because I had such a problem. It was like I had to focus really hard on playing the song, hitting the right strings and everything, that I couldn't sing at the same time. So it took a lot of practice to be able to do both. But basically, so I use these two fingers, and I go like a D chord. So I got here and here, right? So it's like a D chord without the E. I leave the E. I never really play the E string, the high E. Never really play that. So I just go back and forth from the D string with my thumb, and then I hit just with this one. I just play with two fingers, and I just go like that. And then I add this. I make it like an like a B sharp, or I mean an F sharp minor, but I'm only playing these three strings, same three strings. So I make this, I go there, and then I use my ring finger to hit that F sharp right there. So it's basically, I'm playing basically like a D major to an F sharp minor, you know. So, but I'm just playing these. And then I go to a B minor. I always love that when songs, I'm a big fan when songs have a lot of minor key, minor chords. I don't know why, those just move me. So I always love, especially when you go from a minor to a minor. Big fan of that. So when I was, you know, I'm going from F sharp minor to B minor, which is always, it's a nice little move. So just a regular B minor bar chord, and then I just take my finger off to play the open A. Like a little walk down to a G bar chord. And just walk right up. And you know what I'm realizing now as I'm playing it, I've never really thought this much about how to play it since I wrote it, but I'm constantly just hitting that. I'm on the same string here. I'm on the B string and just plucking like three strings just very loosely the whole time with my pointer finger. So my thumb is just hitting like the root notes, and then every single time is just my finger's just stuck on this B string and just plucking. That's all I'm doing. And just hitting whatever strings, mostly just these top two strings, I guess. Yeah, I'm basically just hitting the B string and the G string with this finger, and that's the whole song. Is just playing the root notes with my thumb, and then just hitting the B string and the G string, just plucking them constantly with my pointer finger. That's how I do the entire song, bridge and everything. So yeah, so basically, you guys seeing these chords, it's so interesting. The B minor, walk down the A, G chord, walk right back up, hit the A major, and then back to that B minor, and then my little A major, and then I just put my pinky on the B string to hit that E right there, and then right back around. So that's the whole verse, is just that same exact move, just twice. And then the chorus is basically the same thing. I just go back and forth between the two chords just to change it up. I go back and forth from the D just to the B minor. Kind of like a classic 50s move or something, you know, like an oldies thing. So I just, but I do the passing notes in between. So I play that same old D chord, and then I hit the open A string with my thumb, and then I go to that B chord, B minor, and then I walk up with my ring finger. I just hit that, what is that, C sharp right there, on my way back up to the D. Clever turnaround where I don't go back to the B minor. I go D. I go A, D for the second verse, and then I start it up, which is kind of funny. We played this song in, I on a TV show in Paris. The France's version of American Idol. It was a big deal. We were on tour in the UK and in Europe, and they asked us if we wanted to do this show, to be on this show, because Delilah was really big at the time. And one of the contestants on the show was going to sing it. We were in town, so they asked if we would be on the show and play it. And there's that little tricky move. You guys probably don't even realize it listening. It's just a stupid little songwriter thing I did. But there's like an extra bar kind of in the chorus. So it's, oh, it's what you do to me. Oh, it's what you do to me. What you do to me. And then I go, hey there, Delilah, for the second verse. And so for whatever reason, even though it's the easiest song to play, I can play it on guitar all day long at that point, but they had it set up to a track. So I wasn't really playing guitar. They had a track doing it. So I was just like fake playing and then singing along with this guy. So the microphones were live, but the guitar wasn't, okay? So we hadn't practiced it or anything. We basically got there that day, had a quick sound check, and then it was like live on TV to millions of people in France. And sure enough, it came to the chorus, and it was like, oh, it's what you do to me. Oh, it's what you do to me. And then he goes, hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away. He totally forgot about my stupid little trick that I added that little bar in there. So he goes right into the second verse when he forgot about that extra, what you do to me. Hey there, Delilah. So he screwed it up, and I couldn't do anything about it because the guitar was on a track. So I was just like, he started singing, hey there, Delilah. And I was like, hey there, Delilah. Like I tried to cut him off when the real part was supposed to come in. It was kind of like a goofy moment. And it turns out he got voted off that night. He got kicked off the show. So I apologize, Bertrand, for, making a stupid, clever little moment in my song that basically lost you American Idol in France. So sorry about that. But anyway, back to the song. I feel like that's kind of it. I'll go back over it in a second, but that's kind of it. And then the bridge basically just starts on the G chord. The bridge does not have the clever little extra measure. It just goes straight from, oh, it's what you do to me. Oh, it's what you do to me. 1,000 miles, so there's no extra bar into the bridge, okay? So then it's just the same thing you're playing the whole time. Same thing with my pointer finger, just hitting the B and the G strings. And it's just straight up, G, A, D, passing note on that A, B minor, so 1,000 miles seem pretty far, but they've got planes and trains and cars. What to you if I had no other way? Passing down, so you're just kind of doing those same three chords, walking around. Walking back and forth to those those four chords, I guess. But yeah, interesting. I guess I'm playing these chords twice as long. I never really realized that either until I'm explaining it and diving deep. But I'm playing these chords. Normally I'm changing chords every 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every 4. But here I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I guess I do change the same thing. Why does it feel long? 1,000 miles seem pretty far, but they've got planes. 4, 1. Oh, I guess it's exactly the same. Wow. Okay, never mind. I'm analyzing my own song and getting confused. So another thing I wanted to bring up is this song. It's crazy that people are still loving this song and people still want to learn it and everything. It was written in 2003, and it came out on an album that the Plain White T's made called All That We Needed in 2005. And that album, it was like we were on a small indie label. It was the last track on the album. The album was very like kind of pop punk, kind of rock, kind of like alternative, But we've always through our, up until then, I always love albums that have, like even by like I loved Pearl Jam and like Nirvana And they always, bands like that always had those few songs, the Beatles, of course. These were like rock and roll bands that always would kind of slow it down a little bit or do these ballads, these acoustic songs on their albums. And that always was like very cool and impressive to me. Like, man, this band can do anything, and then they strip it down, and they write these beautiful songs too, you know, on top of rocking and everything. So the Plain White T's always did that, and always kind of wanted to have, you know, show that side of us. And so Hey There Delilah was literally just track 13 on this, you know, on this album that was kind of more like punk rock alternative. Um, we didn't really know that it was going to be some crazy hit song for us. It was just like, oh, like that's the acoustic song to end the album. That's all it was. And then it just kind of really took on a life of its own. And we had put it up on MySpace or something back in the day. And it was just, it blew up. That was the time when MySpace, you could, I don't know if you guys even remember MySpace, but you could take a song and use it on your profile. So when people would go to your page, a song would start playing. And I swear to God, at one point, it was like everyone's profile song. It really blew up, it really blew up on MySpace. Like I said, our label at the time, we were on Fearless Records, and at that time they were kind of just starting up. They weren't that big. They've had a couple little blips of success, which is why we were super excited about signing with them. But it was still very, very small, very underground, very independent. And it was definitely, I think, MySpace that launched that song. It kind of made it a viral. You know, we went viral with that song before that was even a thing. Just people sharing it, people using it on their profiles. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of how that song. And then we did a poll on our MySpace saying, "Hey, what song do you guys want to see a video for off our new album?" And we listed like 5 songs, and it was like 98% of people voted "Hey There Delilah." So then we're like, cool, and we made the "Hey There Delilah" video. We made it super cheap, still on Fearless. You know, we shot it in Chicago and hoped that it looked like New York City, even though there's like L trains and stuff. But yeah, we shot that video, and then obviously we sold a bunch of records on Fearless, got bumped up to a major label. And when we were on the major label, Hollywood Records, we released a song called Hate. Hate is a strong word, but I really, really, really don't like you, right? And that was our first single, and it did really well on alternative radio. And so we were like, you know, starting to sell out shows and stuff like that. And the president of the label came to see us when we were in LA playing a show. And we played Hate, and it was awesome. You know, it was like on the radio at that moment. So everybody was singing along. It was this amazing moment. He's looking around all proud, you know. And then we played Hey There Delilah, and people went even crazier. Everybody sang it, and he's looking around. What the hell is this song? What is this? And so we ended up stripping Hey There Delilah onto our album, which was out on Hollywood, a major label, same recording and everything. And they pushed that as the next single. And because that song already had this underground following and this kind of viral, you know, it already went viral to some extent. As soon as they put that song on the radio, it just started going, and it started working instantly. And it ended up going up to #1, Billboard Hot 100, #1. And it was #1 in like 13 countries around the world or something. So it was crazy, the story of Delilah. And obviously a lot of people learn it on guitar, which is pretty cool. I've gotten a lot of people say like, hey, you know, I owe you one. Like, I asked my prom date to prom using Hey There Delilah. You know, all kinds of crazy things where people use, obviously right now with this crazy quarantine, there's so many cool covers coming out. There's one, Hey It's Delilah, which I think is even on Spotify right now, but it's from the girl's perspective, super cool. So yeah, it's just fun to see the life that this song still has, and that people are still loving it and still learning it and still playing it and still doing their own versions and still loving listening to our version. Pretty amazing. So thanks everybody. And we just actually released, so since it originally came out, the album All That We Needed with Hey There Delilah, in 2005. This year is the 15-year anniversary of that album. So we actually just put out a deluxe edition with a few bonus tracks, live acoustic versions of some of the songs that we recorded back in 2005 that never got used for anything. It's pretty fun to go back and listen to just the way we played, the way I sang back then. I feel like is even different. It's fun to like listen to the old recordings, and I hadn't heard these acoustic versions in 15 years since we did it. Like I said, they never were used for anything, so to hear them again was pretty cool. It was like a nice little nostalgia trip. So check out the deluxe version of All That We Needed, out now with Hey There Delilah, the original version, and an acoustic live version, which basically sounds almost the same as the real version because there's only an acoustic guitar and a vocal in it anyway. But yeah, so just to refresh, so D to F sharp minor, D, F sharp minor, and then to that B minor. That's the move, minor to a minor. Love that, okay. And then the walk down, A, G. The whole time just boom, 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 boom. You know, that's all I'm doing the whole song. 2 fingers. And then chorus, just back and forth from the D. Yeah, that's it. And then you got the clever little turnaround. Hey there, Delilah, right? And then the bridge. Yeah, just simple. Just going back and forth between these 4 chords. This time it does a walk down. So clever. Look out. And then the third time, go straight up to the B minor. Delilah, I can promise you, by the time we get through, the world will never ever be the same. You're to blame. Sorry, I'm not singing it right. Just focusing more on. I do my big move, stretching out to that, hitting that 5th fret on that B string. So the entire song, I do not touch the E string up here once until the very last chord. I go. That's the only moment you hear that is when I do that full D chord. I go end. Only time I ever touch this high E string the entire song is the last chord. Yeah. So okay, I think I basically went over all the chords with you guys. Obviously, you can just play along to the song now that you kind of know what I'm doing. Hopefully that makes it a little easier for you. So yeah, you can now kind of know just straight up bar chords. Stretch my pinky up to that 5th fret on the D string on that little moment throughout the song, and then at the very end of the song, hit that top chord. So I'm going to play it for you guys now, and then I think that'll be it. But yeah, everybody's got to check out All That We Needed, the deluxe edition. Plain White Tees, we had to cancel a tour in Europe and the UK because of this quarantine, which really sucks. So as soon as this is all done, I can't wait to get back out and play shows again and see you guys again out there on the road. In the meantime, trying to finish up some new songs, trying to write, trying to stay productive. So, kind of enjoying the chill, trying to make the most of it. So hope everybody else is doing the same thing. Hope everybody else is good. All right, I'm going to play this for you. Looks like I'm kind of in frame here, so you can see what's going on, but yeah. Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty, yes you do. Times Square can't shine as bright as you. I swear it's true. Hey there, Delilah, don't you worry about that distance. I'm right there. If you get lonely, give this song another listen. Close your eyes. Listen to my voice, it's my disguise. I'm by your side. Oh, it's what you do to me. 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 What you do to me. Hey there, Delilah, I know times are getting hard. Just believe me, girl, someday I'll pay the bills with this guitar. We'll have it good. We'll have the life we knew we would. My word is good. Hey there, Delilah, I've got so much left to say. If every simple song I wrote to you would take your breath away, I'd write it all. Even more in love with me you'd fall. We'd have it all. Oh, it's what you do to me. 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 1,000 miles seem pretty far. They've got planes and trains and cars. I'd walk to you if I had no other way. Our friends would all make fun of us. We'll just laugh along because we know that none of them have felt this way. Delilah, I can promise you, by the time we get through, the world will never ever be the same. You're to blame. Hey there, Delilah, you be good. Don't you miss me? 2 more years and you'll be done with school. I'll be making history like I do. You'll know it's all because of you. We can do whatever we want to. Hey there, Delilah, here's to you. This one's for you. Oh, it's what you do to me. 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 What you do to me. Oh, 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 boom. And then for that outro, you know, you're just playing the same chords as the chorus the whole time for all the O's. And then I do that little added bar trick that I do out of the first chorus that screwed up that French guy. I do that to end the song too, so I bring that back from the D to the D, stay on that D. Yeah. So yeah, so that's it. That is Hey There, Delilah. Hopefully, I feel like you guys have to know how to play guitar a little bit to be able to play it, because, you know, playing some bar chords and stuff. I remember when I first started playing guitar, man, just to play a bar chord was impossible. Just to get all your fingers pushing it so that every string made a sound. It was like, it was impossible at the beginning. So yeah, you gotta know how to play guitar a little bit, which is exactly how much I know how to play guitar, a little bit. But yeah, hopefully that was, you got some good information out of that. Hopefully that helps you play. If you need to ask a girl to prom, throw her name in there and play that for her. If you want to write a song about the coronavirus, you can play that and put Hey There Delilah, or, Hey There Corona, or whatever in there. It's good for parties. It's good for, killing boredom. Yeah. Play guitar. Even if it's not Hey There Delilah, play guitar, write songs. It's pretty awesome. It's a good way to pass time and be creative. But anyway, we've already been going for over a half hour, so I'm way exceeding the time limit here. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Consequence of Sound for having me here. And everybody just be safe. Listen to lots of music. Play My T's Deluxe Edition of All That We Needed out now. Check out our latest album as well, Parallel Universe. I've got a side project called Million Miler. That's a bunch of cool 80s synth songs you got to check out. My label Humans Were Here, releasing a ton of music. Fairview, Jessica Jarrell, TLB, Million Miler, Robot X, all cool artists you guys got to check out. And just, everybody just hang in there. We're all in this together. And we'll see you again soon. When this is all over, we'll be touring and we'll see you in person. But until then, we got this screen and, still feel nice and connected. So love you guys. Thanks for watching. Adios.